much, Amy, for inviting me. And I think that it's very important to talk about the weaponization of the law in order to intimidate people who exercise their free speech. I was basically at home on Monday afternoon, and the police came in and served me the warrant of arrest that had been issued a few hours earlier in the southern city of Davao, which Mayor Duterte used to be the head of, and it was transmitted to Quezon City here. And so it was, we had been waiting for the warrant for weeks, but we didn't expect the speed within one day that the warrant would be issued in Davao, which is several hundred miles away, and issued here to me in Manila. So I was brought to the police station, and it was too late to post bail, and people said that that was deliberate to make me spend a night in jail. And the next day, the bail for 2 counts of cyber libel was posted, nearly about coming to nearly about slightly under $2,000, and I was released late afternoon on Tuesday. So that's sort of a blow-by-blow account of the 24 hours from my arrest to my release. Well, it's a law that is very broad in terms of its application, to and implications for free speech in this country, in the sense that it criminalizes libel. So libel is no longer just a civil charge, which can be settled uh, through negotiations and through, a cash um, 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 in order to be able to settle a case. Let me explain. There were certain remarks that my social media team had posted on Facebook that asked Mayor Duterte if she was aware, that her press information officer, a person named Jeffrey Tupas, was in a party in which drugs were flowing, and where people were arrested, but he was not arrested. So it was um, in the context of a political debate in which I was raising issues regarding her performance as mayor, because that would have an implication for people to assess her record if she was really capable of being vice president, because she and I were running for the same position. So the person that was referred to as having been at that party was strictly incidental to the fact that it was raised in the context of my questioning her record, not only with respect to that person's presence, but also infrastructure, and as you said, the reputation of Davao City, of which she was mayor, as a drug center. So, because of that, they launched this cyber libel
Now,
case. That, I mean, it was fairly clear that she is the prime motivator of this, and I was trying to say, that in response to my calling her out to participate in a debate, because that's really what people running for public office do. They not only pushed her camp, not only pushed this cyber libel case, the city council of Davao City um, um, declared me persona non grata. And I was also labeled by her camp as a narco politician. So you see, the pattern is that they don't respond to criticisms. Instead, they use the law and they use instruments of intimidation in order to silence you. And this is exactly what's happening right now. It's the idea that she is not engaged in this. It's it's nobody believes that. I mean, the person was her press information officer. Um, because of public criticism, she fired him, after he was found at the drug party. So there was an element of admission that he had done something wrong. And then when she became the vice president and head of the Department of Education, she is now back. This person is now back as her press relations and officer and head of her media office. So people are really, really quite worried that this is a foretaste of things to come. Because just a few weeks after the new government was inaugurated, there is this effort to intimidate the opposition by filing this cyber libel case. And by the way, my case must be seen in the context of thousands of cyber libel cases. I think the estimate's 4,000 that have been lodged by politicians against their opponents over the last few years. The most prominent, of course, is the way that the father of Sara Duterte had cyber libel cases filed against Maria Ressa, the head of Rappler, who won the Nobel Prize incidentally. But I guess what people are now saying is that it's only been a few weeks and they're showing their fangs at this point in time. Uh, and that's true. I think that this was, of course, aimed at me, but the implications are much larger. And I am being made an object lesson of what can happen if somebody dares to criticize a person in high office, somebody in high office in this administration. So I think, Amy, this is the reason why this has sparked so much domestic outrage as well as international outrage, because people really feel that this weaponization of the law, like the cyber libel, is something that has become the modus operandi of these heads of government and officials that really do not like criticism. The people that you talk to, throughout the whole range of the society here, throughout the opposition, they have come together on this case because they know that if they win this case, if the administration, wins this case in the judiciary, and it's likely that it will win this case because it has a very strong control over judiciary, then people really feel that democratic rights are in very grave danger. That is what it is at stake here at the moment, and I think people see it, which is why they've come together to demand that the administration, the Secretary of Justice at this point, just drop this charge against me.